Now let's look at an example of a monopoly profit maximizing scenario. So in this example, we're giving the demand curve and the total cost curve. Now, before we tackle this example, remember that a monopoly has a profit maximizing formula of marginal revenue is equal to marginal cost. And through that, we were able to find the profit maximizing quantity and profit maximizing price. Now recall, we want to start by finding the marginal revenue. As you can see here, we are given the demand curve, which is the price. So if we take that demand curve and try to find total revenue, we know that total revenue is equal to price times quantity, and total revenue in this case will be 12 minus Q times Q, and therefore having a total revenue of 12Q minus Q squared. And also recall that we can find marginal revenue by taking the derivative of total revenue. So the derivative of total revenue with respect to Q is equal to marginal revenue. So let's go ahead and do that. Derivative of total revenue is going to equal to 12 minus 2Q. Therefore, we have our marginal revenue right here. Now we want to do the same thing with total cost. Also recall that in order to find marginal cost, we need to take the derivative of total cost with respect to Q. Total cost. So then we know we're given here that total cost is equal to 1/2 Q squared. So let's take the derivative of 1/2 Q squared. And that's equal to just Q. So now we have both the marginal cost and the marginal revenue. And remember, now we want to set both equal to each other so we can have our profit maximizing condition. So profit maximizing condition is basically equal to marginal revenue equals marginal cost. And we know here that marginal revenue is 12 minus 2Q. We know that marginal cost is just Q. And after solving, we get Q is equal to 4. Now the next step we want to do is we want to take this Q equals to 4 and sub it back into our demand function. To find P. So we know here that our demand function is P is equal to 12 minus Q. We'll sub Q equals to 4, and therefore we will get price is 8. So we have our profit maximizing quantity right here, Q is equal to 4, and profit maximizing price, which is 8. Now, how does that look on the graph? So let's draw our monopoly condition on a graph. So here we have the demand curve. We have our marginal revenue and our marginal cost. And we know that where marginal revenue equals marginal cost, we know our profit maximizing condition which is when Q is equal to 4 and price is equal to 8. From there, we also know that the demand function, remember, is 12 minus Q. And from there, we're able to identify the consumer surplus, producer surplus, and if there's any deadweight loss. Let's review that real quick. So here is our consumer surplus. And here is our producer surplus. Let's redraw that. And we also have deadweight loss right here.